Hello friends. I hope you're able to hear me. Hello friends. Okay, so today we are going to discuss trigonometry and how we have done or structured this as is we will be doing quick revision of the introductory part, and then we will be dealing with heights and distances, so or the application of trigonometry. That's the plan. So we will quickly revise our basics of trigonometry first. We are not dealing with identities. We have kept a dedicated class for identities, so hence we will be discussing identities there. So in this class we are basically going to focus on, so so yeah, so today we are going to deal with trigonometry. Okay, and in trigonometry we know there are these things which are there in your syllabus. First is the introduction part, that is basics. So basics, in which we talk about the t ratios and all, right? So trigonometric ratios, t ratios will be, there will be problems related to that as well in your board exams. And though they will not be uh, they will be around maximum 2 to 3 marks, but mostly 1 marker and 2 marker will be there in t ratios. Now we also will deal with t ratios of standard angles. Standard angles, that is 0 degrees, 30 degrees, 45, and then 60 degrees, and then 90 degrees. Yeah, we'll deal with this. Then we'll also deal with the complementary angles. So t ratios of complementary angles, right? Where sine theta is equal to cos 90 minus theta and all that. We'll see that. After that, we will be not dealing with identities today. We will be dealing with identities in one dedicated session. So after that, we'll go to application of trigonometry, which is basically the word problems around heights and distances. Application of trigonometry. Now, this is one part. Trigonometry. This is one part where you will see a lot of previous year questions, or let's say high or high valued question in terms of 4 markers, 5 markers, and things like that. So this is our plan today, and we will quickly revise, and we will be solving lots of questions. So I've already taken some questions from previous year question papers, and we'll try to solve those questions here. And the expectation is you guys please take note of how and what methods have to be adopted, and try to follow that. And as you know, in board exams, steps will be very important, so do not ignore them. So hence all those things which we are going to do will be important today. Okay, so let's start our session. In case you have any trouble, any question, or you want to discuss any particular question, you can always post it on the group box, whichever way you feel like. Okay, so let's start today's session. Okay, so we will go by the basics first. So let's say the first is an angle is considered as the figure obtained by rotating a given ray about its endpoint. So they are defining angle. The revolving ray is called the generating line of the angle. The initial position O is called the vertex, and the initial side and the final position OB is called the terminal side of the angle. So basically, this is what they're trying to say. So you take a ray. This is O, and this is A. Let's say this is A, and you rotate this ray by some angle. Let's say this angle, and this is B. So this theta is angle, right? So there is nothing much in it. So we know that theta is measured is either in degrees either in degrees, and it ranges from 0 to 360 degrees, and or we also measure angle in radians, which varies from 0 to 2 pi. The basic the standard values are between 0 to 2 pi or 0 to 360 degrees. Okay, now next, the measure of an angle is the amount of rotation from the initial side to the terminal side. There is nothing much to it. So these are all basics of angles. So we'll quickly skip that and go to the next slide. And now this is where it all starts. So we say that in a given triangle, so though trigonometry has its genesis in circle, but and we have discussed that in a class also, but here we'll be restricted to our right angle triangle. And the thing is that in a right angled triangle, that means if you have a right angled triangle, ABC, let's say this is A, B, C, and this angle is theta. This angle is theta, then we know that there are 6 trigonometric ratios possible, starting from sine theta, which is nothing but, let us write this as P, which is perpendicular. This is base, and this is hypotenuse. Okay, now P is also called perpendicular, is also called opposite side, and B is adjacent side. Now adjacent side to the angle theta, and P is the opposite side to the angle theta. Now H is not considered adjacent side. H is unique because it is the longest among the 3, and it is hypotenuse. Okay, and you all know there are 6 ratios possible out of 3. So sine theta is equal to P upon H, or it's opposite by hypotenuse, right? And sine cos theta is B upon H equals adjacent upon hypotenuse. Then it's tan, and tan theta is P upon B, which is opposite by adjacent. You know this. And then there are reciprocals to this. So cosecant theta is nothing but 1 upon sine theta, and this is equal to hypotenuse by opposite side. Okay, and then there is secant theta, which is nothing but 1 upon cos. So you have to remember this is equal to hypotenuse by adjacent, and then there is cotangent theta, cot, is equal to 1 upon tan, and this is equal to adjacent upon opposite. And we know that there is a trick to remember these ratios, and that's called SOHCAHTOA. Okay, where sine is opposite by hypotenuse, cos is adjacent by hypotenuse, and tan is opposite by adjacent. So if you remember this, remember all this ratio. Always remember, sine is reciprocal of cosec, cos is reciprocal of secant, and tan is reciprocal of cot. Yeah, this is what you must learn. Okay, now opposite and hypotenuse, you can always put P and B and H, all those values. Okay, the moment then all the trigonometric ratios are changed. So for example, if I take this angle as theta, or let's say phi, then you see sine phi will be now this B will be opposite side to phi, and P would be adjacent to phi. So please be very careful when the question comes. The question would be definitely easy, but they will trick you in, let's say, you would be making mistakes in identifying the right theta. So always this helps. So SOHCAHTOA helps. So please first, then the theta will be given as this as the vertical angle, and then you will get confused and you will use wrong ratio. So please be very, very careful about it. This is a common mistake which we have observed over a period of time. Again, B of the theta accordingly find the ratios. So just don't go blindly here. Okay, because the problems will not be very difficult. They will trick you in your concentration and your, really, you're really paying attention to the question. Okay, so this is what the basic of trigonometric ratio. These are all called trigonometric ratios. Okay, next. Next is okay. We have cosec theta is equal to sine theta and all that. We know these are the basics of trigonometry. If you know this, but still, let's revise and I'll write it once in a different manner altogether. So it is sine theta into cosec theta is always 1. To secant theta is always, and tan theta into cot theta is equal to 1. Why? Right? These are all reciprocal, so hence you don't need to pay, or let's say be much worried about it. Okay, and the first tan theta, if you see, tan theta is sine by cos. Now these are two basic for you to spend more. Is mistake where you become overconfident, so hence please be very, very careful. So cos theta upon sine theta. So once changes, and then the entire question will go for a toss. Okay, so let's move on. Next is, yeah, this is very important. Please remember the value of sine theta and cos theta never exceed 1. So hence we can say -1 less than equal to sine theta less than equal to, right? Very, and or you can say mod of sine theta is always greater than equal to 0 but less than equal to 1. Yeah, so mod the mod value of sine theta will always be equal to 1. So always remember. Similarly for cos of 1, if you remember, 0 is less than mod of cos theta. Mod is nothing but the absolute value of sine and cos. And if you see, it was very evident graph. So let's say this is theta. As theta progresses here, and let's say if you have to plot sine theta, so you will, so this is sine theta, this is sine theta, right? So if you see, this is the upper limit, this is +1, this is my lower limit, and cos, my friend, starts from here. You know that. Sorry for a bad drawing. So you start from here and then you go up like that. Yeah, so this is cos theta. This also between -1 and +1. Additional information is this also, that negative infinity is equal to tan theta is less than equal to positive infinity. You can't have equal to actually for a infinity symbol, so you can, this is not logical or legitimate. Okay, so hence you have to write less than minus infinity, less than tan theta is less than positive infinity. Okay, now what about the other one? So let's say if sine theta is between -1 and 1, then this is what it is. So negative infinity is less than cosecant theta, and this is less than, and or not and, either this will be true, or 1 less than equal to cosecant theta. Similarly, minus infinity, secant theta less than equal to -1, and 1 less than equal to secant theta less than positive infinity. These are the things you must remember. And tan and cot behaves similarly. So minus infinity is less than cot, okay, and is less than yes. Okay, so please be careful about it. So though these inequalities will not be asked in the exam, but this is important. But you be please careful about the ranges of the two or the all six t ratios. Okay, so next let's move on. Next is, okay, so this is complementary angle question. Complementary angle question, and or let's say what is complementary angle basically is this, that in a triangle, and it's very easy to prove also. So what is sine 90 minus theta? So if you see, this is my theta, this is theta, and let's say this is P, this is B, this is H, and let's say this is A and B and C. Okay, so you know this is, let's say this angle is phi. This angle is phi. Right, this angle is phi, angle C is phi. So clearly theta plus phi is equal to 90 degrees because this angle is 90 degrees. So hence theta is equal to 90 degrees minus phi, or phi is equal to 90 degrees minus theta. Okay, so let us say sine of phi is equal to sine of 90 degrees minus theta. Okay, now from trigonometric this thing knowledge, we know sine phi is opposite by hypotenuse. So opposite is equal to B and hypotenuse is H, which is nothing but cos of theta. So hence what do I get? Sine of 90 degrees minus theta is nothing but cos of theta. This will be very easy to see that even cos 90 minus theta is going to be sine of theta. Sine of theta. And tan of 90 minus theta is equal to cot of theta. Cot of theta, and vice versa. That means cot 90 minus theta is also. Similarly, if this is true, then the reciprocals will also be true. So hence, we say the other reciprocals are, let's say cosec 90 minus theta is equal to secant theta, and secant 90 minus theta is equal to cosecant theta, right? And hence cot of 90 minus theta is equal to tan theta. Okay, now this is where will you use it? So for example, sine of 1 degree, now you know sine of 1 degree is equal to sine of 90 minus 89 degrees, which is equal to cos of 89 degrees. So cos 89 is sine 1. Similarly, sine of random, let's say 29 degrees is nothing but cos of so this is cos of how much? 61 degrees, right? So like that. So this is what, so cosecant 23 degrees is nothing but cosecant of 90 minus how much? 67 degrees, isn't it? Yeah, so hence it is nothing but secant 67 degrees. Yeah, so whenever you see in any question some random angles are given, right? Two types of angles, two types of operations on different angles in trigonometry you have learned. One is the standard angle 45, 60 and all that, and another one is this. Yeah, where the moment you see random angles like that, your brain should say that this is a question related to complementary angle t ratios. So very easy, you can immediately understand how to solve that problem. Okay, so let's go ahead now. Okay, now these are the questions, but before we take up the questions, I will just try to give you this knowledge. So what are we going to discuss is how do we find out the values of standard angles. So hence you must know a trick to remember, though you might have learned it by now, it must be by hearted by now, but here is the table which I'm going to give you for standard angles. So t ratios. So let me So T ratios. T ratios of standard angle. And we learned a trick also to remember it, isn't it? How was it? So this is how you have to remember. If you remember one, then you remember all of them. So let us say I have, I'll make a table now. So basically, let's say this is 0 degree. This is, or yeah, I'll make a vertical table instead of a horizontal table. So just a minute. Yes. So what I'll do is I will write the angles here and functions here. So sine, then cosine, then tangent, then cosecant, then secant, and then cotangent. Okay, so these are the 6 T ratios, and I am trying to write the ratios of, let's say, 0 degree, then 30 degrees, then 45 degrees, and then 60 degrees, and then eventually 90 degrees. So these are the 5 standard values for each T ratio you must know. Now, it's good practice to remember these numbers. Actually, it is 6 into 5, 30 numbers. But then, just in case if you don't remember and you forget in the exam paper, so what you can do is you can always make this chart very easily. Okay, so you have to. It will take 2 minutes of yours to make the chart and quickly, yeah, and then it's better practice to make one chart any which way so that you can refer to that chart again and again, but make sure that you have made a correct chart. Okay, in case this is only when you don't want to, or you can't remember those numbers. So hence, how do we start? So it's basically 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hence, what you need to do, see, there are 5, right? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So here are the other, this thing I'll write. This is the method of 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and this is what it is. It is nothing but, if you see, root of 0 by 4. What happened to the color here? Just a minute. Yeah, okay. So root of 0 by 4. Then this is root of 1 by 4. Then this is root of 2 by 4. And this is root of 3 by 4. And this is root of 4 by 4. This is the best way to remember, right? So you just put root and then write 0 by 4, 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 3 by 4, 4 by 4. Yeah. So if you see, these are the values: 0, 1 by 2, 1 by root 2, 3 by 2, and 1. Correct. And now whatever you wrote here, you just write upside down. So let's say in the reverse order. So 0 by 4, here 1 by 4, here 2 by 4, here 3 by 4, and it is 4 by 4. Okay. And now this is nothing but, tan is nothing but ratio of sine and cos. So it is 0. This is root over 1 by 3. So roots are maintained all the time. Yeah, this is root of 1, which is 1, and this is root of 3, and this is not defined. Correct. And then cosec, is the reverse of sine. So it's always a good practice to write 1 by sine here so that you don't make a mistake. 1 by cos here, and this is 1 by tan here, and then it's done. So hence, if it is 0, this is undefined, not defined. This is nothing but root of 4, which is 2, isn't it? This is nothing but root of 4 by 2, which is root 2. This is nothing but root of 4 by 3 and root of 1, like that. Okay, here what will it be? It is nothing but, again, the opposite, or you can just reverse this order. So nd root 4, root 2, root of 4 by 3, and root 1, right? And then here it is, the ratio again. So cot, or rather the opposite of tan. So nd root 3, 1, 1 upon root 3, and this is 0. This is how it has to be. So you can Remember, this is a good trick. So for sine, what do you need to write? Root of 0 by 4, 1 by 4, 2 by 4, 3 by 4, 4 by 4. In this order, 0, 30, 45. And then what you can do is, if you don't want to put these root signs all over, so what you can do is you can simply write 0 and then simplify. You can do this in a side or a rough sheet. This is 1 by root 2. This is root 3 by 2. And this is 1. And then you can reciprocate, ratio, take ratios and all that. Right? So please revise this. I hope you remember this table. The moment you remember this table, half of your pain will be gone, because in heights and distance, again, you will be needing these ratios. So please remember those ratios. Okay. So these are T ratios of some standard angle. Now, some questions could be of the form of this, that they will give you a triangle and they will ask you to write all the T ratios. So it is a very trivial and very simple question. So they will give you triangles. And in fact, they will try and give you some different shapes so that, you know, so that you get confused. So they will give you theta here or 90 degrees here. And they will say, okay, this is my angle theta. And many times they will not say theta, they will call it something else. And then they will give you, let's say this is 4, this is 3. And now you have to find out all the 6 ratios. Okay, so what will be sine theta? So in this case, sine theta. So the first thing is, how do you solve this? So you will have to find out. The question is find all. So let me write the question. The question will be something like that. In triangle ABC, if angle ACB is equal to theta, find all T ratios for theta. And you're also given that AC is 4 and AB is 3. So you know this is nothing but, you have to write 4 square plus 3 square, which is 5. So you have to write like this. So BC square is equal to AC, or rather AB square plus AC square, which is nothing but 3 square plus 4 square is equal to, if it is a 1 marker question, you don't need to write so many steps. You can just, you know, for example, if it is a 2 marker or 3 marker, please write by Pythagoras theorem. And then it is 25. So hence BC is equal to 5. Okay. Or if you don't want to write in terms of B, C, A and all that, you can mention that let it be P or let it be B and let it be H, like that. And then you can, you know, reduce your effort on writing so many names. Okay. So all T ratios. So sine theta clearly is, it's also always a good practice. Even if you know it, please write down so cut over somewhere. Even if you know, because easier problems attract more careless mistakes. But at the same time, you also don't need to spend too much of time or don't need to overdo, right? So sine theta, if you're confident, go ahead. Sine theta opposite is 3 and this is 5. So sine theta is 3 by 5. Then cos theta is adjacent by, so adjacent by hypotenuse. So adjacent is nothing but 4 upon 5, isn't it? And then tan theta is nothing but opposite by adjacent, so it is 3 upon 4. And then rest all is very easy. So cosecant is, you don't need to go back to the triangle, you can do it from here itself. So cosecant theta is equal to 5 upon 3, secant theta is equal to 5 upon 4, and cot theta is 4 upon 3. Okay, it's always a good check to see if you know, the ratios are making sense. So tan theta 3 by 4, cot theta 4 by 3, and their multiplication should be 1. So it is 1. Cos theta into sec theta should be 1. It is 1. Sin theta and cosec theta should be when multiplied, it should be 1, and it's 1. So hence these are some 1 marker, 2 marker questions could be like that. Okay. Now, so let's move back to our this. So let us solve this problem. The problem is sine 50 degrees. So based on complementary angles, very easy. You can write this as sine of 90 degree minus 40 degrees divided by cos of 40 degrees. So as I told you, these are unconventional angles. So hence it has to do something with complementary angles. So you know what to do. So cosec 40 can be written as 90 minus 50, sorry, and divided by secant 50 degrees. Okay. And then here it is minus 4. Cos 50 can be written as sine of 90 degree minus 40 into cosecant 40 degrees. Okay. So this, please write all the steps like that. Now sine 90 minus 40 is equal to, and then here it is advisable, instead of writing in each step, you write here itself that sine of 90 minus theta is cos theta. Okay, and then it is cos of 90. So you are not going you are going to use cosecant. So write cosecant 90 minus theta is equal to secant theta. And then yeah, these are the two things you are going to use. So in brackets, write these down. So hence what will happen, sine 90 minus 40 is nothing but cos 40 degrees divided by cos of 40 degrees. So you know this is going to be 1. Then this is cosecant 90, so in the secant 50 degrees, and this is secant 50 degrees, and then minus 4 times sine 90 minus 40 is cos. I'm sorry, did I do something? Sine. I'm sorry. Cos 50 degrees sine. I'm sorry. This is not the case. Here it should be sine of 90 minus. This is cos. Sorry, this is cos. Yeah. This one is cos of 90 minus 40 degrees. So now you can write this is nothing but, so be careful, these mistakes are going to be there. So sine 40 into cosecant 40, right? And then now you know there is another identity which you are going to use, or that is nothing but sine theta into cosecant theta is equal to 1. Yeah, right? So hence you have to use this. So hence it is 1 plus 1 minus 4 into 1, which is negative 2. So this is what the question would entail. Okay, so it's good practice to write all the, please be careful to write the reason. You don't miss this step. They will look for this step as well. Yeah, if you miss it, and if it is a 1 marker question, then you don't need to do all that. But if it is a 2 marker or more, probably this question would be a 2 marker. So hence write the steps. Okay, now next. Again, similar question, so no problem here. So let's go back and solve. Let us say cosecant 60. Again, there are odd looking numbers, ugly looking angles. So you know what to do. You have to use complementary angles. So hence, cosecant 65 plus theta is okay. So how will you you have to get some 90 here. 90, how do you use or let's say make use of complementary angle, bring down 90 somewhere somehow. So hence what can I say? So I can say, so cosecant 65 degrees can be written as 90 degree minus 25 degrees plus theta. Okay, now this theta comes as it is. 90 minus 25 is 65 degrees. Okay, then minus secant, you have to write let it be 25 minus theta here itself. Why? Because there's a purpose. If you change it, 90 is here, then cosec will get changed into secant, right? So let it be like that. Now minus tan of 55 can be written as 90 degree minus 45. No, not 45, 35 degree. The hint is here 35, so it will be 35 degrees plus, oh sorry, here it is minus theta, and then next is let it be as it is 35 degrees plus theta. Okay, so now what can you say? You can say cosec 90 degrees minus of 25 minus theta, isn't it? This is the first term. You took minus common, so minus common 25 minus theta minus secant 25 minus theta, let it be as it is. Then third is negative tan, and then this will minus within bracket 35. This know that it is going towards 0. Okay, so plus cot 35 plus theta. Okay. Okay, so now if that is the case, then what is the next step? So you have to now reason it out. So you will say cosecant 90 minus theta is equal to, or usually don't use the variable which is You should not be using the variable which has been given in the question. So write 90 minus a is nothing but secant a, and then tan of 90 minus a is cot a. Okay, so you mention that within brackets and then go for the next step. So next step is cosecant 90 minus 25 minus theta is secant 25 minus theta. Then the other secant theta is as it is, 25 minus theta. Then it is negative tan 35 plus theta, and then after tan 90 will become cot, right? So this will become cot. After applying what? This, you'll get cot 35 plus theta and then plus cot. So hence net is 0. Okay, so no brainer, not much of an effort is required in such problems. So let's move on to the next question. Okay, next question is again so ugly looking numbers. So obviously you cannot now in this question there is a mix of both standard angle as well as non-standard angle. Okay, so hence you will use in this question both the let's say both the concepts will be used. So 2 sine 68 degree. Yeah. So the question is 2 sine 68 and cos 22. The question itself is inviting you to use complementary angles, isn't it? So hence you can say 2 sine 68 degrees can be written as 90 degree minus 22 degrees, isn't it? Divided by cos 22 degrees. So you know what it is going to be. Then again 15 and 75. So again the question itself is inviting you to write that, but be careful. There is 2 sine 68 cos 22. There is 2 upon 5, right? So 2 by 5 you separate out the constants. Now cot 15 can be written as cot 90 degree minus 75 divided by tan 75 degree. Okay, and then last is negative 3. So please be careful. There is a 3 in the hurry of solving. Don't miss out on that. So tan 45, tan 45 is 1. Okay, and then you write tan 20. Tan 20, can you see there can be a pairing done? Tan 20 and tan 70. So tan 20 can be written as tan of 90 degree minus 70 degrees. Then tan of 40 can be written as tan of 90 degrees minus 50 degrees. And the rest is tan 50. Don't touch it. If you change this also, then the purpose gets defeated. So don't use complementary here. And then tan 70 degrees. Okay, divided by 5. So the entire thing gets divided by 5. And yes, as I told you, you have to mention the reasons as well. So you will write now sine of 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. Then you will write cot of 90 minus theta is equal to tan theta. And then you'll write tan of 90 degree minus theta is equal to cot theta. And then you'll write tan of 45 degree is equal to 1. All this you have to mention. Okay. Again, if it is a 1 marker question, you know what to do. Okay, now it is, if you see, next step would be 2 into sine 90 minus theta is cos 22 degree divided by cos 22 degree. Okay, minus 2 upon 5. Minus 2 upon 5, this is tan 75 degrees. 75 degrees. You must be tempted many times. You would be tempted to skip these steps. But ideally, I would recommend that you should write it. Hello. Yeah. So minus 3 by 5 into what? Into tan 90 minus 70 is cot 70. Isn't it? Yes, cot 70 degrees. And then you tan 70, you write here itself. And then into, you write here tan cot 50 into tan 50. And one thing which we forgot, one thing which we forgot to write, mention here is tan theta is equal to 1 upon cot theta, or you can write tan theta into cot theta is 1. Okay, using all these, now what will I say? This is nothing but 2, because cos 20 to cos 20 gets cancelled. 2 by 5, tan gets cancelled, minus 3 by 5. Why? Because this is 1 and this is 1. Okay, so hence it comes out to be 2 minus 5 by 5, which is 2 minus 1. Sorry, 2 minus 1 equals 1. So this is what it will be. Okay, so let's move on to the next problem. Yeah. Now again, this is simple. So how to do this? Sine 18, again the same ideology, same funda, same philosophy will be written. So hence it is sine of 18 degrees. So it is given as sine of 90 minus 72 degrees divided by cos of 72 degrees. Then it can be written as sine of 22. It can be written as 90 minus, don't go and subtract it. You see, this number itself can be used to write, so you save your time. Don't subtract from 90, and also 90 minus 68 in cos of 68 degrees. But yes, do check that both of them are adding up to 90 degrees. Cos 38, again, cos 38 is cos of 90 degree minus, you can check 52. So 52 here, and then into cosecant 52. Cosecant 52 degree, isn't it? And divide by tan 18. So hence what you can do is tan 18 can be written as tan of 90 minus 72 degrees, then tan 35, and then you write this in with tan 72 here. Okay, and then here again tan of 35 degrees can be written as tan of 90 minus 55 into tan of 55, tan of 55 into tan 60 degrees. This is the whole thing. Correct? So hence I'm writing here now. So sine 9, it now, it is cos 72 degrees by cos 72 degrees plus cos of 68 degrees by cos of 68 degrees minus it is sine of 52 degrees into cosecant of 52 degrees divided by cot 72 into tan 72 into cot 55 into tan 55 into root 3. Why? Because tan of 60 degrees is root 3. So you have to, guys, you have to please remember, I'm not writing all the, but you have to write all the rules which you used, right? So you have to write sine of 90 degree minus theta is equal to cos theta. Then sine of, no, sorry, then tan of 90 minus theta is equal to cot theta, and tan 60 is equal to root 3. And here, yeah, sine theta into cosecant theta is equal to 1. So this you mentioned in the right side of the answer script. 1 plus 1 minus sine in this cosec is 1 divided by root 3, 1 by root 3. Correct? Yeah. So hence, what will you get? You will get 2 minus 1 by root 3. You can leave it here, or you can write 2 root 3 minus 1 by root 3. So this is how it will be solved. Next. Okay, so now the question says, if sine theta is cos theta minus 45, where theta and theta minus 45 are acute angles, find the degree measure of theta. Very good. So you know this is a question based on complementary angle again. So it is said that sine theta is cos theta minus 45. So sine theta can be written as, again, it could be a 2-marker question, can be written as cos of 90 minus theta, right? And now sine theta given is, sine theta is equal to cos of theta degree minus 45 degrees. Okay, so from 1 and from 2, from 1 and 2, 1 and 2, you can write 90 minus theta is equal to theta minus 45, isn't it? So that means, this implies, now actually there is acute angle is mentioned, right? Acute angle. If this was not mentioned, then you can have multiple such possibilities. So you can have this plus 360 also is also correct. Why? Because cos of 360 plus anything is as good as cos of anything. So anyway, so we are not going to that detail. This is left for, let's say, your higher grades. So till the point they have mentioned that it is an acute angle, then you can easily write this. So hence, if you solve this in just one linear equation in one variable, so this is nothing but 2 theta is 135 degrees. So theta becomes 135 upon 2, which is 67.5 degrees. Okay, so this is how you'll have to solve it, right? Okay, find the degree measure of theta. So theta is 67.5 degrees. Okay, so let's go to the next problem. Yeah, if ABC are the interior angles of a triangle ABC, all these questions have been asked in the previous year board exam, so it will be a good practice for you to go through it once again. If ABC are the interior angles of a triangle ABC, show that sine B plus C by 2 is cos A by 2, right? So it's always a good practice to draw a quick diagram. So A plus A, B, and C. So you can say angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees. Or you can drop this angle sign. You can say A plus B plus C is 180 degrees. Okay, so hence B plus C is equal to 180 degrees minus A, isn't it? So B plus C by 2 will be equal to 180 degree minus A by 2, which is 90 degrees minus A upon 2. Okay, so sine of B plus C by 2 can be written as sine of 90 degrees minus A by 2. Why? Because B plus C by 2 is 90 minus A by 2, and hence it is cos of A by 2. Why? Why? Because sine 90 minus theta is equal to cos theta. Yeah, the second part is again very similar to the first part itself. So cos of, again you can write cos of, this is 1 and then 2, cos of B plus C by 2 is equal to cos of 90 minus A by 2 is equal to sine A by 2. So whatever you are getting as a question in 10th board becomes a common rule, or common knowledge in 11th grade. This is how it is. Okay, fair enough. Let's move on to the next. Again, so this question says, if 2 theta plus 45 and 30 minus theta are acute angles, again see acute angles, find the degree measure of theta satisfying sine 2 theta plus 45. So again, similar, it's a combination of linear equation and trigonometry. Okay, so what does it mean? Sine 2 theta plus 45, sine of 2 theta plus 45 degrees is equal to cos of 30 degrees minus theta. This implies, right? This implies cos of 90 degree minus 2 theta plus 45 degrees is equal to cos of 90 degree minus theta. So since both the functions are same on the left hand side and right hand side, you can equate the arguments, that is the angles. So 90 degree minus 2 theta plus 45 is equal to 90 degree minus theta, isn't it? So hence this 90 degrees and this 90 degree gets stuck. This minus sign goes, and hence it is 2 theta. Oh no, cos of, oh sorry, my bad, this is not, this is what it happens. So hence please be very careful while writing, right? So this is cos of 30, not 90. Okay, so anyway, so let me just delete this step. Okay, so yeah, I was startled. Why? Because I was getting theta as negative. So hence this is how you check also. So if you see cos of 90 minus 2 theta plus 45 is cos of 30 minus theta. So you can say 90 degree minus 2 theta plus 45 is equal to 30 degree minus theta. Okay, so hence now it is nothing but 90 degrees minus 2 theta minus 45 degrees is equal to 30 degrees minus theta. Now club all the theta together and all the angles together. So if you take 2 theta on the other side, you'll get 2 theta minus theta. So 2 theta is taken as on the right hand side, and I'm just simplifying it further. So it is nothing but 90 degrees minus 45 degrees minus 30 degrees. Okay, so hence you will get 15 degrees. Theta is equal to 15 degrees. Yeah, check it if it is true. So if 2 theta sine theta is 15, so it will become 2 into 15 is 30, so sine 75, and sine 75 is equal to cos 15. That's correct. So hence theta is equal to 15 degrees is correct. So this question is correctly solved. Okay. Okay, let's move to the next question. Yeah. Okay, if theta is positive acute angle such that sec theta is cosecant 60 degrees, find the value of 2 cos square theta minus 1. Okay, so let's do this. So the question says theta is a positive acute angle again such that secant theta equals cosecant 60 degrees. So if secant theta is equal to cosecant 60 degrees, you have to find out the value of 2 cos square theta minus 1. So secant theta is cosecant 60. That means you can write secant theta is secant 90 minus 30 degrees. Sorry, 90 minus 60 degrees. Am I right? Hold on. No. In such questions, instead of, yeah, so yeah, you write the same function so that you don't make a mistake. So let us say secant theta, right? So secant theta is cosecant theta 60 can be written as cosecant theta 90 minus 30 degrees. Okay, now you change. So this is secant theta. Change the angle first and then change the function. Don't change the function first, otherwise you'll get confused. So 60 can be clearly written as 90 minus 30. Now cosecant 90 minus 30 can be written as secant 30 degrees. Okay, so mention this. Why? You have to mention the reason. Reason is cosecant 90 minus theta is equal to secant theta. Okay, so secant 30 degrees. So now secant theta is secant 30 degrees, so theta is equal to 30 degrees for acute values. Theta is 30 degrees. Now, what is the value of? So 2 cos square 30 degrees minus 1 is equal to 2 into cos square 30. Cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So here is where you have to remember the values. So cos 30 is root 3 by 2. So root 3 by 2 whole square minus 1, which is equal to 2 into 3 by 4 minus 1, which is 3 by 2 minus 1 is equal to 1 by 2. Am I right? Oh, wait a minute. No, 3 by 4 it is. Oh no, it was correct. Sorry. 3 by 2. 3 by 2 minus 1. Yeah, so half. Okay, so yes, half is the answer. And those who know, let's say, as when we discussed trigonometry, I remember I telling you, so 2 cos square theta minus 1 is nothing but cos 2 theta. So if you remember this, you'll be able to solve it. You can check, at least you can check. So cos 2 theta is, what was theta? 30 degrees. So cos 2 theta is cos 60 degrees. So cos 60 is anyways half. So this is correct. So this value is correct. Okay. Next, let's go to the next problem. Okay. If cos 2 theta is sine 4 theta, where 2 theta and 4 theta are acute angles, find the value of theta. Again, so what can you say? So cos 2 theta can be written as, so you write cos 2 theta is equal to sine 4 theta. So that means, what does it mean? Sine of 90 minus 2 theta is equal to sine 4 theta. Right? Sine of 90 minus 2 theta is sine 4 theta. Why? Cos 2, sine of 90 minus 2 theta is cos 2 theta. You have to write the region. Sine of 90 minus 2 theta is, yeah, you have to write sine of 90 degree minus theta is equal to cos theta. Okay. So here, what will you say? You will say sine and sine are now equal. So you can say angles must be equal. 90 minus 2 theta is equal to 4 theta. So this implies 6 theta is 90 degrees. So this implies theta is 90 by 6, which is 15 degrees. You can check also, cos of 30 is root 3 by 2 and sine of 60 is root 3 by 2. So hence theta is 15 degrees also. Always try to check. How did I check? I put the value of cos 2 theta. So cos 2 theta is cos 2 into 15 degrees, which is cos 60. Sorry, cos 30. So cos 30 is root 3 by 2. And there it is sine of 4 theta, which is sine of 4 into 15 degrees. So sine 60, which is 3 by 2, root 3 by 2. So check. Okay, done. So quick, let's now move on to height and distances, I believe. Yeah, so this is similar type of question, so I'm not going to pick that up. Let's move on to height and distances because there are lots of, yeah, so similar. All these are previous board year papers, but they are all similar questions. You can solve them. Now let's come to our heights and distances problems. Okay, now there are a few definitions you must know. The line drawn from the eye of an observer to a point in the object where the person is viewing is called the line of sight, right? So let's say this is a tree. Let's say this is a tree and this is the ground level. So let me draw a proper line here. So yes, let me. So let's say this is my ground level and sorry. And let's say okay. Now let us say here is the observer at this height. Okay, this is the, and so hence this is the line of sight of this tip. Okay, so angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal when the object is above the horizontal level is called the angle of Ocha. This is the next slide actually. Wait a minute. I'll go back to the next slide, previous slide. Yeah. So what is it? It says the line drawn from the eye of an observer to a point in the object where the person is viewing is called the line of sight. So this is line of sight. Let's say the person is viewing this point on the tree. So this is line of sight. Okay. line of sight. Next is, what does it say? The angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal, when the object is above the horizontal level, is called the angle of elevation. So hence you now know what is angle of elevation. So if this is the horizontal level, and hence this angle is called angle of elevation, theta. Theta is angle of elevation. Right, the same line can be extended from here to the ground level. If you see, though the observer is not at the ground level, but then this can be done. And let's say if you extend this also here, yeah, and let's say now if you do this, let's say, so this angle also is, if you see, angle of elevation. So all similar triangles and basic proportionality theorem and all trigonometry, all basic geometry will be applicable over here. Okay, so this is angle of elevation. Very good. Now, the angle formed by the line of sight with the horizontal when the object is below the horizontal level is called the angle of depression. So if you see, excuse me. Now let's say the person is looking at here, the bottom or the foot of the tree or whatever it is. Then this angle phi is called angle of depression. Phi is called angle of depression. You know this. Angle of depression. So depression is always below the horizontal level. Elevation is always above the horizontal level. Okay. Now, next. The height of an object or the distance between distant objects can be determined with the help of trigonometric ratios. Yes, we know that. And now let us apply this. Okay, so first question. A tree is broken by the wind. Very good. The top struck the ground at an angle of 30 degrees. The top struck the ground at an angle of 30 degrees. That means, let's say this was the original tree and it broke from somewhere. So let's say after breaking, what happens? This part, this is the tree, sorry. Now the tree broke. So hence, let's say it broke from this point. So from there, let's say it broke like that. Okay. And they are saying that now it is touching the ground. Now this angle. Okay. So in heights and distance, always make drawing. So let's say this is theta is equal to 30 degrees. Okay. So an angle of 30 degree and a distance of 30 meters from the root. So this is given as 30 meters. Name it, let's say A, B, C, D, right? Find the whole height of the tree. So whole height of the tree. So you can whole height of tree. Height of tree is how much? Is nothing but AB plus BC, right? Which is equal to AB plus BD. Why? Because the same portion has now touched the ground. So AB plus BD. Now AB plus, so hence you have to this X and this Y you have to find out. Okay, right? And let's say this is Z. Okay, you mention all this. So hence, what can you say? You can say X upon 30, X upon Z is equal to 30. Isn't it? X upon Z is tan 30, right? Which is nothing but 1 by root 3. You have to you have to remember the values 1 upon root 3. If you make it root 3, then the entire problem will be wrongly solved. So X equals Z upon root 3. Okay. So what is Z? Z was 30. So 30 by root 3 meter, which is equal to, rationalize it, you get 30 root 3 by 3 meters, which is nothing but 10 root 3 meters. Now either you can find y using Pythagoras theorem, because x now you know is nothing but 10 root 3. 10 root 3 meter. Either you can use Pythagoras theorem, or you can use sine theta. Sine theta is half. Sine theta is nothing but x upon y, right? Opposite by hypotenuse. So y is equal to sine x upon sine theta. X upon sine theta. Now x is 10 root 3 upon sine theta is sine 30. Okay, so 10 root 3 upon 1 by 2. Sine 30 is half, which is equal to 20 root 3. And the brackets you write sine of 30 degree equals to half. Fair enough. So hence you got y, right? So hence height of the tree. Original height of tree is x plus y is equal to 10 root 3 plus 20 root 3 is equal to 30 root 3 meters. Okay. This is the total height of the tree. Okay, next, let's move to the next problem. These are all questions asked in previous year board papers. Now, the angles of elevation of the top of a tower from 2 points at a distances A and B. So here is how you should, proceed with the question. So angles of elevation, that means there are 2 points from where something is being looked at, the top of a tower. Okay, so that means there is a tower. So let's make a tower quickly. This is a tower, and let's say this is the ground level. Okay, fair enough. Now from 2 points at a distance A and B meters from the base, and in the same straight line with it are complementary. Okay, the angles of elevation of top of a tower from 2 points at a distance A and B from the base. So let us say this is one angle of elevation from here. Another is this. Okay, and it is being said that from 2 points at a distance A. So let's say this is A. What is A? This distance is A. And let us say this distance is B. Okay, so tower from 2 points at a distance A and B meters from the base, and in the same straight line with it are complementary. So this angle is less, angle of elevation is theta, and this is phi. Let us say this is A, B, C, and D. Right, now you have to, in this question, you have to what is that? Prove that the height of the tower is root AB. So also mention few variables like h. Okay, right, so you start with saying that let h be the height of the tower. You start with this assertion. Okay, h is the height of the tower. Now you also mention, these are the given things, so it's a good idea, good practice to mention that let A be at a distance of B units or B meters. It's mentioned in meters from C, and let at a distance of A meters from C. Let us say angle DAC is equal to theta, and angle DBC is equal to phi. So we know that theta plus phi is equal to 90 degrees. Right? Because I'm sorry. So theta plus phi is 90 degrees. That is given because they are complementary. We have to find h. Okay. So let us try and find h in terms of a and b. So clearly, if you see, you have to basically eliminate theta and phi. Okay, so hence let's start with tan theta. Why tan and not sine? Because I don't want to engage with AD, which is unknown. So I will engage with whatever I know. So I know I have to basically find H, and I know the bases. So hence tan and cot will be ideal trigonometric ratios to deal with here. So hence I will say tan theta. Tan theta is H, the opposite divided by the adjacent. So for theta, the adjacent is b. So h by b. Tan theta is h by b. Similarly, tan phi is h upon a. H upon a. Now I have to somehow eliminate theta and phi, isn't it? Now tan theta into tan phi, right? Tan theta into tan phi is equal to, I can write h square by ab, right? Why am I multiplying? There's a trick behind it. Why am I multiplying? Because the question is asking, see, how do I get a into b? So I have to multiply tan theta and tan phi, then you'll get ab in one side. Now this attempt will also tell you that, okay, tan theta and tan phi, since theta and phi are complementary, will be 1. How? So you can write tan theta, so is tan of 90 degree minus phi into tan phi is equal to h square by ab. Why is that? So you'll write from 1. This, let's say, put it as 1. So from 1. Okay. And then next step is cot phi into tan phi is equal to h square by ab. Why? Because tan of 90 minus phi is cot phi. You have to mention. Okay. Now it is nothing but 1 is equal to h square by ab. So this implies h is equal to root of ab. Yeah, you have to also mention here the reason is tan theta into cot theta is equal to 1. Okay, this is another question. Let's go to next problem. This was easier, so maybe 3 marker max, not beyond that. Next is a man on top of a vertical tower observes a car moving at a uniform speed coming. There's something missing, I think, here. Coming after 12 minutes for the angle of depression. Okay, it takes 12 minutes, I think, for the angle of depression to change from 30 degree to 45 degree. How soon after this will the car reach the tower? Let's see if we can solve with this. What will happen if, let's say, the question is somewhat not correct? Then also you don't leave the question, draw the diagram and try and solve as much as possible. Many a times, if the question is wrong, if someone has attempted, they get points for that. So hence, don't leave the question thinking that question is incomplete or information is not being supplied. So a man on the top of a vertical tower observes a car moving at a uniform speed coming towards him. This will be this question basically. So after 12 minutes for the angle of depression, it takes I think 12 minutes for the angle of depression to change. So let's say this was initially angle of depression was. So how do I measure angle of depression? So let me just take this. Yeah, so let's say from. So let me just take this as my horizontal. Okay. Now, so this angle was 30 degrees. Theta is equal to 30 degrees. And then after some time, what happens? The theta changes to 45 degrees. Right? So let us say this angle is phi. Let me change the color here so that it doesn't confuse you. So phi. phi. No, this is not done. Wait. Yeah. So I'll write phi here. Okay. So phi is 45 degrees. Okay. Now they're saying it takes 12 minutes for the angle of depression to change from. So if this is 30 degree, my dear friend, this is also 30 degree. Okay. And this is 45 degrees. Okay. 45 is more than 30, makes sense here. So 30, 45, and it is saying, let us say this distance is x, right? This distance is x, and let's say this distance is y, and let's say this distance is h, the height of the tower. Okay, the question is, how soon after this will the car reach the tower? So I have to find out. Okay, so it takes 12 minutes for, yeah, so hence let us say uniform speed, right? So let us say speed of car is v meter per second. Okay, so x will be nothing but distance is speed into time. So v into 12 minutes. 12 minutes means 12 into 60 seconds. Be very careful. Why? Because you have taken speed in meter per second. So minutes will have to be changed to. So 720 V. X is 720 V. Okay. Now let us see. Yeah, if we can. Yep. So hence x plus y. Let's say total time taken for covering y. Let us say, let us write here. So time taken, let's say time taken to cover distance y is equal to t seconds. Okay, so y can be written as v into t. Why? Because velocity into time is, right? Okay, now I know. Now let us use 30 and 45. This is what it is indicating. So you'll have to use 30 and 45 somewhere. So how do we use it? So tan 30, I know tan 30 degrees is h upon x plus y, isn't it? Right? And which is, so hence this implies h upon x plus y is equal to 1 upon root 3. Isn't it? Now, since it is 45 degrees, either you use trigonometry or geometry. You can say h is equal to y. Why? Because I have to name also. Let's say this is A, B, C, and D, and you can write triangle BCD is an isosceles triangle. Right? So hence h equals to y. So hence you can write, from 1 and 2. Let's say this is 1 and this is 2. So from 1 and 2, what can I say? I can say y upon x plus y equals 1 by root 3. Isn't it? So this implies, what was y? V into t. V into t upon, what is x? X is 720 V plus V into t is y is equal to 1 by root 3. So for the want of space, I'm writing it here. You should actually carry it down, right? So let me write it here in this space here. So I'll be utilizing this space. Okay. So if you see, V can be struck off. So V goes. So it becomes t, or I write here t upon 720 plus t is equal to 1 upon root 3. Now it boils down to solve this. You just need to solve this linear equation. So it's root 3t is equal to 720 plus t. So root 3 minus 1 t is equal to 720. Okay. So t is equal to 720 by root 3 minus 1. Now root 3 is our 1.73. So hence 1.7, root 3 is 1.73. So 1.73 minus 1 is 720 upon 0.73. right? Which can be written as 73 into 100, 73 by 100, right? So now it is nothing but, if you see, this is around 0.99. So around how many seconds? I think it is 90. So around 9,000 seconds. So I'll have to do some calculations. So hence I will need some space. So let's say I utilize this space. So if you see, this is nothing but 720 by 730 into 1000 second. Okay, so it's approximately, if you see, this is approximately 1. So approximately you can say 1000 seconds. So if you give your answer to the nearest second, it says you have to actually do a calculation. So 730, you have to divide 730. So 72 by 73 you have to see. Let us see what is that, let me just use this. So 730, 73, and then 72 you have to do. So hence it is 9 times, if you see. So 9 times 3 is 27, 2, 9, 7, 63, 65. Right, so it is 43 plus 23 is 63 here. So hence again 630 you have to put. So 9 and then 9 just, right? So it is, I think, 8 times. So 8 3s are 24, 2, 56, 58. Yes, so 6 and then 46. Right, and then 460. So hence you have to do one more time. So 73, right? So 7 6 are. So 18, 43. So it is nothing but 22, right? So around 986 into 1000 into, so it is 0.986 into 1000. So approximately your answer should be 986 seconds. So it is nothing but equal to 986 seconds. So answer is T is somewhere around 986 seconds. So this much time will be taken. So around, you divide by 60, you'll get into minutes. So looks fair enough. Okay, this is how you have to. You guys, please check, at least if the calculations are done correctly. And always in high marker questions, you please revise the solution once again, so that there is no calculation mistake. So far looks good, but just in case I have made a mistake, you can highlight or you can check once again. Yeah, never mind. So let's move on. So this is how the problem will be solved. Next is, let's see, what is the question? Next question is, yeah, 26. Question number 26. The angle of elevation of a jet plane from a point A on the ground is 60 degrees. Okay, very good. After a flight of 30 seconds, the angle of elevation changes to 30 degrees. Okay, so again, you have to make one ground and there is a plane. So the angle of elevation jet plane from a point A. So let's say this is point A and here is a jet plane, which is like that. Let's say this is a jet plane. Okay. Jet plane. Right, so angle of elevation of jet plane is 60 degrees. Okay, now after a flight of 30 seconds, the angle of elevation changes to 30 degrees. So that means this jet plane would have moved towards right. So let's say it is moving towards right. So in 30 seconds, it has gone to this place. Okay, and here is where it is standing. So let's say this is my new position. Okay, now here they are saying angle of elevation is changed to 30 degrees. So this angle is theta is equal to 30 degrees and this angle is phi, which is 60 degrees. Okay, if the jet plane is flying at a constant height of 3600 root 3 meters. Okay, so basically what do we know? We know, sorry, yeah. So this height, let me write this h. H is 3600 root 3 meters. And find the speed of the jet plane. Okay. So let us say from A, and this is, let's say, B, and then C. So you write, let the time taken. Oh, it's already given. So let the time taken. Oh, or let's say, no, it's already given that, okay, that the time taken is 30. So the time taken by the plane to go from B to C is equal to 30 seconds. Okay, so BC, find the speed. You have to find the speed. So you have to write let the speed be V. So BC, which is the distance, is nothing but V into 30. Correct? BC is V into 30 now. Obviously, you'll have to use trigonometry. So hence, let us drop perpendiculars. So let's draw perpendicular from here. So let me drop perpendiculars. Right. So if you drop a perpendicular from here to here and from here to here. Okay. And now let these points be D and E. Okay. So again, I know phi, tan phi. Why will I use tan phi? In most of the heights and distance problems, you'll use tan and cot only. Why? Because they will not generally give you the slant, or let's say the distance in the line of sight. So tan phi is equal to H. So obviously you have to also mention that BD is perpendicular to AE and CE is perpendicular to AE, right? And BD is perpendicular to AE, right? And so tan phi is B. So you can write BD upon AD, okay, which is nothing but H upon AD. And phi is how much? 60 degrees. So hence, H upon AD is equal to root 3. In the bracket, you'll have to mention tan 60 degrees is equal to root 3. Okay. So this means H is equal to root 3 times AD. Yeah. Or basically, AD. Why? Because now this implies H was 3600 root 3 is equal to root 3 AD. So this implies AD is equal to 3600 meters. AD is 3600, isn't it? So 3600 by, yes, 3600 to 3 by 3600 is tan 60. But perfect. So AD you now know. Now, okay, similarly here I will use the space here. So yeah. So what can I say? I can also say in triangle AEC. I can say H or H upon AE. I'm sorry. H upon AE. H, this is H, and AE is tan 30. Okay. So AE is equal to H upon tan 30. Right, which is nothing but 3600 root 3 by 1 upon root 3, which is nothing but 30 into 3, which is nothing but 10800 meters. I'm sorry. So 10800 meters. Okay. Now, so that means I know DE is equal to nothing but AE minus AD, which is nothing but 10800 minus 3600 meters, which is nothing but 7,200 meters. Okay, 7,200 meters. Now v is nothing but distance upon time, so 7,200. See, I would have written all the steps as well, but then now just to illustrate, because of paucity of space here, so 7,200 meter was traveled in 30 seconds. So this goes, so hence it is 240 meter per second. This is what the speed is. Okay, so this is how you have to solve. I hope you guys are getting the approach and how to solve questions. Okay, next question. So next question is the angle of elevation of a cloud from a point 60 meter above lake is 30 degree, and the angle of depression of the reflection of cloud in the lake is 60 degrees. Find the height of the cloud. Okay, so there's a both angle of elevation and depression are there. So let us make a lake first. So let's say this is the water surface. This is the water surface. This is the water surface. So let us say this is the water surface. Okay, and the angle of elevation of a cloud from a point 60 meter above a lake. Okay, so from a point, let's say 60 meter above. So first of all, there has to be a cloud height. So let us say this is my lake, and from here this is the cloud height. Let's say the cloud is here. Okay, and this is a point 60 meter above lake. Okay, and the reflection will be of, let me just take another color so that to differentiate. So if you see, this is the reflection of the cloud here. Okay, so I hope the size, these two are same. Anyway, so this is the drawing. Now, what do? You join these two. So this is angle of elevation. Angle of elevation, and this is angle of, sorry, and this is angle of depression. Yeah, how do you find out? So angle of elevation is always from the point of observation. So this was my point of observation, let's say O. From here, okay, so this is my horizontal line. Now this angle, they are saying theta is 30 degree. Angle of elevation is nothing but, what did we learn? You have to join the point of observation to the point which is being observed, and from horizontal, what is the angle? Is the angle of elevation. What is angle of depression? From the point of observation to the point which is being looked upon, then from there, from the horizontal to that line of sight is angle of depression. Depression is when it is below the horizontal, elevation is when it is above the horizontal. So this is 60 degrees. Now H, let's say this is OA. H is given as 60 meters. Okay, it may be a building or something. So right, find the height of the cloud. So you have to find out, let's say OA, let me mention some names, B, C, D, all the points. This is E, and let's say this is F. Okay, so you say point E is the reflection of point D. Therefore, what do I know? Let's say I have to find out H, right? No, so you write this is H, right? So this H, yeah. So dB is equal to BE is equal to H. Okay, now in triangle ODC, again you'll use tan theta. So tan 30 is nothing but DC upon OC. DC height, that is perpendicular upon base, right? Or adjacent or opposite upon adjacent. So DC is nothing but, let me also mention this as X for the ease of, right? So sorry, oh sorry, I have taken two h's together. So let's say this is h and this is capital H. Instead of small h, you mention it as capital H. So hence this is also capital H. Now you have to write OABC is a rectangle. Hence OA is equal to BC is equal to H. So you don't need to write this as H. This is simply X. Sorry, this is H. Okay, small h. Okay, now so tan DC. So hence you can write tan 30, that is 1 upon root 3. Tan 30 is 1 upon root 3 DC. So DC is nothing but capital H minus small h divided by OC. So this implies OC is equal to H minus H into root 3. Right? Root 3 H minus H. Okay, why am I doing this? Because I'll eliminate OC. Now, in triangle OCE, tan of 60 degrees is EC, that is opposite, upon OC. So this implies root 3, tan 60 is root 3, EC can be written as EB plus BC divided by OC, which is nothing but EB is capital H plus BC is small h divided by OC is equal to root 3. So from here you can say OC is equal to H plus H upon root 3. Now from 1 and 2 you can equate both these. Both are OC. Both are equal to OC. Right? So from 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, what will happen? You can write H minus H root 3 is equal to H plus H by root 3. Okay, so now it boils down to only simplification. So it is root 3 into 3 is 3. So you can write 3 capital H minus 3 small h is equal to capital H plus small h, which on simplification 2 capital H is equal to 4 small h. 2 capital H equals to 4 small h. So capital H is 2 small h. Okay, so hence if it is a 60 meters, so it is 2 into 120, 2 into 60 meters, it is 120 meters. This is question number 27. Okay, fair enough. Let's go to the next problem. So what is the learning? So please make neat diagrams, and then you know tan 30, tan 60, and tan 45 must be on your fingertips now. Tan 30 is 1 by root 3, tan 60 is root 3, tan 45 is 1. These are the common angles which will be used in heights and distances mostly. So please do not make mistake while taking the value of angles. Okay, so let's move to the next problem, and it says that a straight highway leads to the foot of a tower. So let's now we are comfortable with problem solving on this. So straight highway leads to a foot of a tower. So that means there has to be a tower like that. So this is the tower. Okay. A man standing at the top of the tower observes a car at an angle of depression of 30 degrees, which is approaching to the foot of the tower with a uniform speed. So hence, I have to probably take this is 30 degrees. Okay, 30 degrees. Okay, which is and then I have to also make a vertical line, horizontal line, which is angle of 30 degrees. This is theta. Theta is 30 degrees. Okay, next is so the car. This is a car here. There is a car which is moving with a PV, approaching to the foot of the tower with a uniform speed. 6 seconds later, the angle of depression of the car is found to be 60 degrees. It is very similar problem, similar to the previous case. This angle phi is 60 degrees. Okay, Find the further time taken by the car to reach the foot of the tower. Exactly similar to the previous question. Okay, so I will not write the steps, but I'll solve the problem so that you at least, you get a hang of it. So this is 60 degrees clearly. This is 30 degrees, and yeah, 6 seconds later the angle of depression. So this is 6 seconds later. So hence this distance is nothing but v into 6 or 6v. Yeah, speed into distance is what? Distance is equal to speed into time. Speed into time, right? No? So speed into time, 6v, right? Where v is in meter per second, right? Now you have to find out what? Find the further time taken. So what is the time taken here? So let's say here time taken is t. So hence this distance is vt. Okay. So now it's similar to the previous problem. So tan 30 is, let's say this is h. I'm not writing the steps. You can always, while in the exam, you please don't forget to mention all whatever you are assuming. So h is tan 30 is h upon 6v plus vt, right? So tan 30 is this, and then tan 60 is h upon vt, right? So divide both tan 30 by tan 60. So tan 30 by tan 60 is equal to h will get cancelled. So vt upon 6v plus vt. So v also will get cancelled. Now tan 30 is 1 by root 3. Divide by root 3 is tan 60 is nothing but t upon 6 plus t. T upon 6 plus t. So this is nothing but t upon 6 plus t is 1 by 3. So this implies 3t is equal to 6 plus t. Yeah. I hope I am not making any mistake here, but never mind. You just, oh, wait a minute, 1 by 3. So 3t is equal to 6 plus t. Yeah, correct. So this is 2t is equal to 6. So this implies t is equal to 3 seconds. So in 3 seconds, it will be there at the foot. Okay, so you can check also if it is 6:2. No, but then you don't know the h. Anyway, so yeah, so this is how it will be 6 and t. Never mind. So let's go to the next problem. Okay, next problem is the angle of elevation of the top of a chimney from the foot of a tower is 60 degrees, and the angle of depression of the foot of the chimney from the top of the tower. This is a different question. So let's solve this. So let's say they're saying the angle of elevation of a top of a chimney. So this is the top of a chimney, right? And the angle of depression of the foot of the chimney from the top of the tower is 30 degrees. Okay. The angle of elevation of top of a chimney from the foot of a tower. So let's say this is a tower. Okay, and let me join these and let me use this color for angle of elevation and depression. So this is, let's say this one is tower and this one is chimney. Okay, now if you join these, so they're saying the angle of elevation of the top of a chimney from the foot of the tower is 60 degrees. So this is theta is 60 degrees. Okay, and the angle of depression of the foot of the chimney from the top of a tower is 30 degrees. Okay, so angle of depression so let's say this is so this angle is phi is equal to 30 degree. If the height of the tower is 40 meters, so let's say small h is 40. Find the height of the chimney. So h is equal to what? Okay. According to pollution central norms, the minimum height of a smoke emitting chimney should be 100 meters. Okay. State if the height of the above mentioned chimney meets the pollution norms. So what value is discussed in the question? Yeah, so that is also a part of the question. So you have to find out capital H. So again, I will be avoiding, or or you can let us write all the steps also. So this is how you'll say. So A, B, C, D. Let AB, AD be the chimney, sorry, tower, the tower with height small h equals to 40 meters. Let BC be the height of the chimney, right? Right, chimney, and you can mention capital H here. Now, angle ACAB is equal to 60 degrees, and angle A, sorry, it is, let's say you if this is phi, then this is phi. Yeah, so let's say point E. So angle EDB is equal to angle ABD is equal to 30 degrees. Now, so AB is common to both, so we'll use again the same. Yeah, so tan of phi, that is 30 degrees, is equal to tan of phi is nothing but H upon AB. And tan of theta is capital H upon AB. Okay, so tan of phi is small h upon AB, and tan of theta is capital H upon AB. So AB is common, so you can divide. So tan phi by tan theta is equal to H upon capital H. So this implies capital H is equal to H into tan theta by tan. Okay, so H into capital H is H into tan theta divided by tan phi. Now H was 40. Tan theta was 60. So root 3 divided by 1 by root 3. So it is 120 meters. Okay. Yeah, so according to pollution central norms, the minimum height of a smoke emitting is 100 meters. So it is clearly more than 100 meters. So that means, it is well within the legal limits. So the value is that the person, the law must be abided with, it must be obeyed. So hence, yeah, so the person who is owning this chimney is a law abiding citizen of this country. Okay, great. Next. And this is the last question for the day, I think. Yes. Yeah. So the question says, an aeroplane is flying at a height of 210 meters. Flying at this height, at some instant, the angle of depression of 2 points in a line in opposite directions on both the banks of the river are 45 degrees and 60 degrees. Find the width of the river. Okay. So an aeroplane is flying at a height of 210 meters. Flying at this height, at some instant, the angles of depression of 2 points in a line in opposite direction on both the banks of the river. Okay, so let's say this is the river. This is the river. Okay, and what it is saying is it is flying at this height, let's say at a given point somewhere in the, so here is the aeroplane which is moving. Aeroplane is moving like that and flying at this height 210 meters. So H is 210. The angle of depression of 2 points in opposite direction on both the banks of the river are 45 degrees and 60 degrees. So hence, this is the line of sight, the horizontal, and this is my angle of depression for this. and this is, yeah, line. Okay, so this angle is 60 degrees and this angle is 45 degrees, let's say. So hence this is 45 degrees, alternate angles, and this is 60 degrees, alternate angles. Now what is to be found out? Width of the river. Let's say this point is x, this distance is x, this distance is y. So what do I know? H by x is tan 45. Again, I'm not writing the given and all that. I'm just solving the problem. So h by x is tan 45, and so hence x is h upon tan 45. You don't need trigonometry for this. From geometry also, this is 45 degree isosceles. Hence it is isosceles triangle, and hence you can say h equals to x. Anyways, tan 45 is 1, so hence x equals to h. And what about h upon y? H upon y. H upon y is tan 60, so root 3. So y is h by root 3, right? So hence river, width of river is x plus y is equal to h plus h by root 3. So h common, 1 plus 1 by root 3. Yeah, so multiply, divide by root 3, you will get h is 210. So 210 into 1 plus root 3 by 3. Right? So which is nothing but 210 into 1 plus the value is given 1.73 by 1.73 by 3. Right? So I'm writing now here. So 210, 1 plus 0.64. Right? So 1.73 is 0. I think so. No, it's not 654. 0.5 and 315 and 23. So no, 858. So 0.58 approximately, right? 1.58. So 210 into 1.58. Yeah, so it is nothing but, you can do a calculation. So 158 into 21 you can do. So 158, and this is 16 and 11, 3. Yep, so it is, please write clearly. So it's 8, 11, 3, 3, right? So hence it is 331.8 meters. Good enough for a river. Okay, so I think we are done for the questions for today. I think there's nothing more. Yes, so we are done with the questions for today. So if you have any doubt, guys, you can always please write to me, maybe, or 331. I think it is 331 point. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, something of that sort. Anyways, never mind. So if you have any doubt, you can always reach out to me through WhatsApp or any other mechanism. You can post it here also. I think we made a mistake in question number 7, last question, where the answer is 160 meters and we got 120, isn't it? So let me, I don't know if this will come back, but this answer is correct. No, it will not be. So just check the question number, the previous question which we did. Let me just check once again. The answer says it is 71. It is 160 meters. Let us first go once clearly. You will just solve once again. Previous question. Yes, this was on top of a chimney. From the foot of a tower is 60 degrees angle of elevation, right? So this was the chimney. The angle of elevation top of a chimney from the foot of a tower is 60 degrees. So this is 60 degrees. And the angle of depression of the foot of the chimney. Angle of depression of the foot of the chimney from the top of the tower. Let's say this is the tower. And this is the angle of depression is 30 degrees. So this is 30 degrees. So this is, if this is 30, so this is 30. If the height of tower is 40 meters, so this h is 40, right? The height of, find the height of the chimney. So h has to be calculated. Yes, so tan of 30 is 1 by root 3 is h upon, let's say, x. This one is x. Okay, and tan 60 is root 3 is equal to capital H upon x. So if you divide both sides, 1 by root 3 divided by root 3, so 1 by 3 is equal to h upon h. Why is it 1 by 4? I don't know why it's coming out to be 160 meters in the answer. Anyways, please check. I think if you have if you think we have made a mistake, then please rectify it. So theory wise it looks correct. I don't think it is wrong. So h is coming out to be 3h. What value? Find the height of the chimney. Yes. There should not be any factor of 4. I think so. H upon x is 1 by h by root 3, and yeah, I don't see much of a problem here. Guys, do you think this question was solved wrongly? Angle of elevation of top of a chimney from top of a tower is 60 degrees. Oh, I see. Yes. We made a basic. No. Oh, okay. So the thing is, in this question, it is fine. In actual question, this is fine. But in the actual question, from the foot of a tower is 60 degrees. Instead of this, here, it was top of a tower in the actual question. But for this question, we have done it correctly. No problems at all. Okay, so I hope this session was useful for you guys. In case, again, as we keep saying, if you have any trouble, you can always reach out to us. And keep working hard, keep solving all the questions. Please attend all the mocks which we are conducting. And for HSR people, anyways, the corrected copies are lying at our center, so please collect it. And we just need time for distribution to Rajanagar people as well. So I hope this session was useful for you. So let's call it a day, and we will be back again with rest of the revision as time progresses. So thanks a lot, guys. Nice weekend. Don't waste your time, and happy Republic Day to you. Bye. Signing off.